the first wildlife researchers here were white. And the lions, the lion-tailed macaque, the tigers, George Schaller, the tigers, Toby Hobbs, and Paul Jocelyn for the lion-tailed macaque. These are all foreign researchers, and this is all in the early 70s, the mid-70s. And then it got, luckily, people like Kala Sankala came down very heavily on foreign researchers, which pissed me off because these guys really set the standards that we're still following now. It pissed me off, but at the same time, he was right. We were given people like George Schaller and stuff like that, admittedly one of the greatest wildlife biologists in the world ever. We were given carte blanche, to do whatever research they wanted in India and did fantastic research. But they set a standard. And then when the Wildlife Institute of India started, things started taking off. And very similar to what the snake scene started taking off, just by people like myself creating some sort of beginning of some interest and some guidelines for the kind of research that needs to be done. And it's a big problem for me to be a mentor to youth here, because if you don't have a degree, first of all, you're probably not going to get to that next level. And I say, shit on degrees. You really got to get out there and do your thing. But in a way, it's best. So I don't say that to people. The good way to fix that is to do both your degree and get your experiential confidence by being out there in the field. Again, with field research, field people like the Irlas and other tribals. If you can combine the two, nothing like it. Yeah, I recently faced that with someone introducing me them to their daughter and saying, what is your advice to her? And my immediate thing in my head was, don't do this degree. But I didn't say that. So, no, you have to get a degree here, otherwise you're screwed. Or if you're looking for any post in any even government or non-government organization, they'll first look at your educational credentials and then look at everything else. Your credentials always come first, because that means you have a record of having done the whole route of whatever it was, whatever the study was. Whereas if you say, I've got 15 years of field experience, that sounds pretty shaky. I mean, what field experience? You lived in a village for 15 years and did what? Like we call Irlas field assistants. I wrote an article, I can't remember what I titled it, something like Field Assistants or Wildlife Scientists. And the Irlas have all the knowledge, and we hire them as not only Irlas, but all these field assistants. And actually they're imparting the knowledge to the researcher, and he's writing it down and getting the PhD and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I know that's a typical criticism, but it's true too.